Students, welcome to Agricultural Development Trust, Sharda Bai Pawar Mahila Arts Commerce Science College, Sharda Nagar, Baramati. I am Professor Poonam Mishra, brought for you the subject secretarial practice. Now, students, let's see the subject sub-secretarial practice topic which are there in the 12th standard. So, students, there are 12 chapter in SP subject and we have to study them in detail for the final board examination. So the first chapter is Introduction of Corporate Finance. So in this chapter, students, you will come to know that what is finance and what is the corporate finance. Second chapter, Sources of Corporate Finance, from where the corporate finance is being collected. Third chapter is issue of shares. We know that every company, every business issues the shares to start their business. So that process we will understand in the third chapter. Fourth chapter is issue of debentures. So what is debenture? Who can purchase the debenture? What are the rights of debenture? All those things we will come to know in these chapters. Debenture is nothing but the debt for the company, students. So you will come to know in the detail when we will go through the chapter. Next is the deposit. Here we will see what is deposit, what kind of deposit are kept in a company. Sixth chapter says correspondence with the members, students. So compulsorily in the board examination you will be having the letter writing question. So these three chapters, chapter number 6, 7 and 8, are related with the letter writing. So the sixth chapter says correspondence with the member, means the secretary, how the secretary should write letter to the member and what are the reason behind writing the letter to the members. The seventh chapter is correspondence with the debenture holders. Eighth chapter is correspondence with the depositors. First we will understand the share, debenture and deposit, and then we will understand how to make the correspondence as a secretary with them. Ninth chapter is depository system. It is a online trading system, students, so that we will come to know in this chapter. 10th chapter is dividend and interest. So all the person who invest in the company, they expect, some expect the dividend and some expect the interest. So we will learn in detail who can get the dividend, who can get the interest, and what are the rules and regulation for that. 11th chapter says financial market. This is very vast concept, students, but little bit of that part is there in your 12 standards. So it's a good opportunity to know the basic of the financial market, which will help you for the further career as well. Next is a stock exchange. Stock exchange is a market, like we are having grocery market, vegetable market. So there is a market for shares and debentures and loan and all the other security and shares. So that market is known as a stock exchange. So we will come to know about that in the 12th chapter. So students, now we will see what are the paper pattern as per the Maharashtra State Board for the SP subject. So student, as you know that your examination mostly is held in the month of February and your preliminary exam of the college start from the month of December. So the preliminary exam and HSC board examination paper pattern will be the same. The time will be 3 hours, marks will be 80, and here are the specified questions and their marking scheme with option and without option. Student, let me clear you one thing. You don't sit without option marks, you just see the with option mark. So you will come to know that how many question maximum marks I can score by preparing this kind of question. You just overlook the without option marks, just see the with option marks. Okay, so it will help you that how much maximum marks can I achieve from this. Okay students, so the first question will be attempt from the following any four sub questions. So the first question will be select the correct options and rewrite the sentence. all the objective question carries 1 mark, so also you can overlook this question, this mark. Just you focus on the number of question to attempt and marks without option, because with option is a rough idea that how much marks is maximum allotted to that question. So here students, here you can see that in select correct answer and rewrite the sentence, 5 questions will be asked. You have to attempt 5 questions and you will get 5 marks. Match the pair, 5, you will get 5 marks. Give one word, 5, you will get 5 marks. State true false, you will get 5 marks, 5 question. Find odd one, 5 marks, 5 question. So like this student, select the answer in one sentence. So I would advise you not to attempt the answer in one sentence if you don't know the maximum answer of this question, because there is a chances to reduce the marks for the teacher. But in this case, no spelling mistake, no anything is there to be omitted by you. You have to just select the correct option and you will get the full marks. Next is correct the underline and rewrite the following sentence. Means correct the underline words. The underline word is the wrong words and you have to substitute with the correct word and you have to rewrite. Focus on this student. Rewrite means you have to again write that sentence. Arrange in proper order means some sequence is given and that sequence is wrong, so you have to put it in correct sequence. So near about question you will be asked are 9 questions, A B C D E F G H I. Okay students, so you will be asking 9 or 10 questions, sub question. Out of that you have to attempt only 4. So you can choose any of these 4 sub question only. The next question is explain the following terms and concept. So students, for this question just you have to, if you have studied the long answer properly, so this question can be attempted by you very easily, because this is only the meaning and definition that you have to write about that question. So number of question will be asked any 4 and you will get 8 marks for the 4 question, means 2 marks for each, and total that question total will be in total of 12 marks. But maximum marks you can get from that question only 8, because they have asked you to write only answer of the 4 question. Next is to third question. In the third question you have to study the situation and cases and you have to give your suggestion and opinions. So here the number of question any 2 you have to attempt out of 3, and for 3 question you will get 6 marks. The total with option the marks will be 9, but without option is your pure marks that you can achieve from the paper, because they have asked only 2 out of 3. So you will get the marks for any 2. So students, be careful while choosing the question for writing the answer. The answer you know better, please write that only. Don't rush for the excess answer, because the first 2 or first one how much is being asked in the exam, that only will be checked. Next is distinguish between. Here any 3 you have to attempt out of 4 and you will get 12 marks. Then question number 5, answer in brief, we can say the short notes. Out of 3 you have to attempt any 2, you will get 8 marks. After that you have to give the proper reason behind the sentence. It means you have to justify that statement or sentence. Out of 4 you have to attempt any 2 and you will get 8 marks. Attempt the following letter writing. You have to attempt any 2 letter and then that letter will be for 10 marks, means each letter will be for 5 marks. Answer the following long answer any 1 and 8 marks is allotted to that question. you can see the total of without option mark is 80 and with option is 160. So your question paper will be prepared for 116 marks with optional question, but with after attending the paper without option means whatever the question is being asked to you, after attending that you can get the maximum 80 marks. So let's move further. Students, some note is given, just I'm reading, you just pay attention. In question number 7, one letter each from the chapter 6, 7 and 8 should be asked. Unit wise weightage should be strictly followed. So students, so this is a board rule that every chapter has a proper weightage, and as per that weightage the question will be prepared. So I would further explain you for how many marks a particular chapter will be asked in your examination. So you will come to know that which chapter carries high marks, so you can focus on that chapter thoroughly and you should not skip any question of that chapter which carries high weightage of marks. So the third is, so you can see here, third note is no question should be asked on the additional information which is given in the boxes in the textbook. This is not necessary for you students. So let's move further. You know that 80 marks written paper and 20 marks oral will be there. So that oral is conducted as per like a ABT test, that is application based test, and for that the pattern is a question, 4 question will be asked, and each question will be for, first question will be for 4 marks, second question will be for 4 marks, and third question will be for 3 marks, and fourth question will be for 9 marks. At total will be the 20 question. Student, each question will be the compulsory and you have to attempt all the answer, all the questions for writing the answer. And the special part of this examination will be that your answer space will be given in the question paper only. So only one paper will be allotted to you and you have to complete that test within 1 hour. So the first question will be the correct the underline word and rewrite the sentences, complete the sentences, find the odd one or arrange in proper order, study the following case and situation and express your opinion. So students, these all question will be asked in the written examination, that also can be asked in the ABT test oral examination. So if you prepare for that, you can crack it easily. Let's move unit wise weightage. So students, here the unit wise weightage is given. The whole 12 chapter is divided into 6 units and each unit carries 2 or 3 chapters. So students, marks with option. Now here you should see the marks with option, because you will come to know that which chapter is very important from exam point of view. So as you can see here, the chapter number 2 capital raising, in which chapter number 3, 4, 5 is there. So these 3 chapter will be carrying high marks in your board examination. That is, these 3 chapter only will be asked for 35 marks. So if you have prepared all the 3 chapters, that is 3, 4 and 5, you can score the 35 marks out of 80 very easily, because it is compulsorily that 35 marks question will be asked from these 3 chapters. After that, the next highest marks is allotted to the unit 1, in which we are having the 2 chapters, and that all 2 chapters will be asked for 25 marks. So students, let me tell you that 35 and 25, 60 marks is only allotted to first 5 chapters. So if you have studied the first 5 chapters very thoroughly, no one can fail you in the examination. You will be passed. But if you want to score a good mark, students, you have to study all the chapters, in which the depository system, third unit is 6, 7, 8 chapter is there in third unit, and that chapter will be asked for the 18 marks, and 9, 10 is for the lesser mark, that is 11 and 13, and last unit is 6 unit, and in which the 11 and 12 chapter is there, that is marks with option 14 marks is there. So students, all the chapters are exam very important from exam point of view, but you can see that chapter number 1 to 8 carries a high marks in the examination. So it is for the highest marks. So students, this is my plan for completing our syllabus. Let's cross the finger and we will try to complete our portion within this deadline. Even though 15 days or 20 days can be up and down in completing the portion, but in the month of November we will be finished with the revision, and all the chapters teaching will be completed till the month of November, and all the revision and practice will be done. So you can attempt the preliminary examination from the month of December. So the first chapter I will take very slowly because it carries 25 and 35 marks. So for that, first 2-3 chapter I will take very slowly because they are carrying very high marks, and in detail I will teach you. So April, May and June will be for, in 3 months I will try to finish these 5 chapters, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. After that 6 and 7 I will try to complete in July month. 8, 9 chapter I will try to complete in August month. 10 and 11 in September month, and 12th and the revision of case study and justify the following will be done in the October. The practice examination and the revision part and out session will be in the month of November. So you will be prepared for the December preliminary examination. 2 months will be for your self-study, students.